Hey, what's up, guys? It's Nick, the Metal Nerd, back for another episode of the Metal Nerd podcast. What is up? It's good to be back. It's been a minute since I've been on. Glad to be back and stuff going. I do have an exclusive interview with San Antonio death metal band Corpse Hole. Yeah, these guys are pretty cool. Got the recommendation from a friend that I have that works at Starlighter, where they played and tore up the motherfucking place. I didn't get to go that day. I caught these cuts over last minute, but yeah. So I'll just check it out. But their music sounds pretty tight from what I've heard so far. And yeah, overall good dudes. Seems like they're pretty well integrated into the metal scene here in San Antonio and some surrounding cities. But yeah, bunch of good dudes. So yeah, let's check out the interview with Corpse Hole. Let's get it going. All right, guys. How's it going?
We're doing great, Nick. Thank you for having us. Yes, we are Corpse Hole. Your
Corpse Hole,
friendly neighborhood
awesome.
necromancers. Yeah.
I love
Good.
that name.
Okay.
How did y'all come about that name, Corpse Hole?
Well, honestly, it was Damien and I had a list of we were coming up with the names of bands that should exist. We had a couple to choose from that were on the end of the list, and we still have a big list of them. It was between we had Carcass Crab was one of them, and gosh, what was the other? Von Doom was another one, and then Corpse Hole was in there, and we just went with Corpse Hole. So
Nice.
before Corpse Hole was actually a band, we had a fake metal band T-shirt made that said Corpse Hole on it before Corpse Hole had actually done anything, and I think that just kind of when we then did start a band, we had that name and we had like that little teeny bit of momentum, so we went with it.
Right, that's awesome. No, yeah, I think it rolls off the tongue. Yeah, Corpse Hole.
A little bit, yeah. We've heard people say, Corpse Soul, but Corpse Hole it's good. We like it. It has many meanings. Whatever meaning you want it to have, it has.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I get kind of a necrophilia meaning out of it, but it sounds
Well,
cool.
I mean, maybe
I
you
mean
should
that's
talk to someone about that, Nick. I don't.
I think it's a common like Black Dahlia murder. They'll kind of talk
Yeah,
about stuff like
yeah, I
that
hear you.
sometimes. So I figure it's just kind of a premier death metal
Yeah,
thing. But I
it's
got
it's
y'all.
it's either a hole in a corpse or a hole for a corpse or full
Ah,
of corpses. I mean, like wherever you want to go with it. Yeah.
it's a lot of different. It could be a lot of different things.
Right.
Yeah, I got y'all stickers on the speaker behind me there.
Oh, nice.
Any hole can be a corpse hole.
Well, that's true, and those are universally true. We have a
That's
bunch of those. We're going to be releasing more saying stickers for giggles, but that was the first one, and that's one of our favorites.
that was pretty cool. Yeah, I got the other one. Oh man, I don't have my mug, but I put it on my mug. The other one with the skull and stuff. That one looks pretty
Yeah,
cool.
the Demolich.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should have brought that one with me. But yeah, I put it on. I'm like, I just got this new water jug. I already have an all shell pear sticker on one side, and then I'm like, oh, we got this
Represent, man.
corpse. It's perfect. That's awesome. Yeah. So I mean, what are your inspirations for your music?
Well, I mean, we like so we all kind of come from different musical backgrounds,
Mhm.
but when it comes to writing songs, um, lyrically at least, we pull from sci-fi, fantasy themes. We have a lot of songs about wizards and undead wizards and cannibals. So the cannibal songs are generally
Okay.
inspired by like movies, like Bone Tomahawk and stuff like that.
Oh,
Or just being
nice.
hungry and just seeing somebody who looks delicious. But no, we draw from like different media stuff, D&D stuff and Warhammer 40,000, and lyrically we kind of pull from all that stuff, fantasy and sci-fi and violence and stuff like that. And some of
Nice.
our earlier songs were also about. Damien used to send me articles about like real life stuff. So we have a song called we don't play live anymore, but it's called Lesions Inside, and it's about traumatic brain injury and what it does to you. And it was based on an article that talked about micro lesions in the brains of people who have traumatic brain injury. So that was one of the inspirations. So like just kind of dark stuff, right?
Yeah. So just kind of different kind of themes y'all go on, kind of that involve the human body a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, which I mean that's interesting. That's an interesting concept. I mean I know my dad had a stroke whenever like maybe like 10 years ago, and it affected his brain in a lot of different ways over the years. So it's just kind of things that
our writing process.
Yeah, like
process is so originally Damien right here, Damien wrote all the music, and then he would give it to me, and I would write the lyrics. But now that we have a full and vibrant group of fellow musicians to write with, our process has changed a little bit. So now we come up with kind of a concept, or somebody has a riff or something they want to put together. They record it, just the part that they want to, bring it to the group. We all kind of chop on it a little bit. Jack over here to my right back is a drummer. He'll put the drum stuff to it. And then we'll just we'll come up with a concept that we like. We have a big long list of song titles. So whenever anybody says anything that we think is really interesting or silly or ridiculous, we'll write it down. So we have about 75 song themes that we can draw from at any moment. And so whatever the song when we work on it, it kind of says to us, then we put those words to it. I generally write the words, but everybody kind of helps, to polish it at the end there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I think that's how kind of like a lot of metalheads right there. At least their titles, right? They'll just be like, you know what? It's like Metalocalypse, right? They're like, that sounds pretty brutal,
That's exactly it.
Let's get that song going.
It's the Metalocalypse. It's the death clock. It's the death clock process for sure.
Right. You hear something. And I'm like, that sounds really fucking cool.
That's right. We have enough discipline to actually capture it, which is good.
That's good.
We try.
Get in the studio, start writing it right away. And do you want to go around and like introduce yourselves and when y'all play in the band? Because I know you're doing that bit by bit.
I'll start. My name's Aaron Copeland, and I am the vocalist for Corpse Hole.
And I'm Damien. I'm one of the guitar players.
I'm AJ. I'm the bass player. So I don't really do anything, but I just
dances.
I just kind of dance. And
yeah.
AJ's like our mascot. He is like the spirit.
I went to mascot school, but the
bass players contribute a lot. I mean,
the
backbone.
Not to wear. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
He's borderline naked.
Yeah.
We try to not let him do that.
Yeah.
But
I'm on my best behavior. That's what I'm saying. The bass player, I don't really do anything.
Yogi, I'm the guitar player.
Jack, I'm the drummer. I stare at him a lot, watch him a lot.
The backbones, the rhythm, the backbones. Y'all do a lot,
AJ's actually integral to the. It helps us a lot with the arrangement of the music and like where parts should go and stuff. He's been super critical of the backbone.
And AJ,
don't let him fool you.
Yeah, and AJ used to be a lead singer in a punk group, so he helps. He helps me with delivery. He does background vocals, and if I'm doing something kind of wonky, he'll help me out. And he can actually sing louder than I can.
That's awesome. I mean, there's a lot of bands that have to be like the bassist has a lot to do with the writing process and be able to contribute a lot. So you always got good bassist credit, to get that one.
You like our bassist, right? You like bass, so it's good.
And how long have y'all been in the scene, like in the metal scene or just in the live music scene in general?
So are we actually in the metal scene?
Yeah, I think so. We're dipping our toes. Yeah, we try to be. We've been our first EP came out in 2019. 2019. That was our first one. Was called Devoured Remains, and we did it. And it was just Damien and I. Damien had the idea. Hey, let's just do this. Like he wrote some songs.
It was a studio project essentially.
Yeah,
it was more of a concept, like, hey, we want to do this, but we didn't actually have a band. So on that, I do all the guitars. Aaron did all the vocals, and then I think I did background vocals, and then I actually programmed the drums on that. We didn't have a drummer on that.
You need another
Right.
So that was that was a big learning process for me to actually tackle that too. So I would so it was really just a concept in a studio project initially. That's how it started.
And then it came out really well. We liked it. And then Damien lived in Miami at the time. And he said, "Hey, why don't you put a band together in San Antonio? Maybe we can try to play out." So went and recruited AJ and Yogi and our first drummer Travis, and we started practicing. And then the pandemic hit. So although we were, there were no live shows, so we kind of kept it a studio project through the pandemic. And then coming out of it, we started playing. So when was that? Like 2021 was our first. Was that our 2020 was our first live show?
So we actually put out a split EP during that time with Zombie, and that was technically still like a studio project, but it actually had other band members, and Travis, actually our other drummer actually. And
Yogi played guitar.
He actually drummed on it, and so it was a full band, but it was still technically kind of a virtual project. We didn't play like that because of that whole mess back then in 2020.
Right.
So I'm not.
And then 2021, we did our first show at Bonds. It was called End of the Plague Fest or something like that.
Nice.
Bonds, and they had like 20 bands because everybody wanted to play, and we were lucky enough to get invited to do that. And that was our first live show. So we've been doing live shows since 2021.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. Yeah. I mean, so you are kind of a pandemic born band, sort of.
Yeah.
A little bit, which is awesome. I mean, it kind of gives you.
We were spawned by the plague times.
Yeah.
You know what? See, watch this. I'm gonna write that down. Spawned by the plague times. See, this is magic happens.
There's a metal song right there. Spawned by the plague times.
Yep, that's it. When you see that banger come out, you're gonna be like, I helped create that.
I helped create that idea when I
interviewed
them, but that's awesome. Yeah, love that for you.
That's
pretty cool.
We'll send you a cut of our massive income from that. Oh God, that's a good one.
Love that. But yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. So have y'all played like a lot of live shows so far since y'all got on the scene?
I mean,
is there any?
So we're trying to spread out regionally, but we played probably a dozen shows now. We don't play every week, and actually, so this is the other interesting thing. Even though we put the band together, then Damien still lived in Miami up until just a couple months ago. So so we would we could only do gigs with some lead time, right? And we couldn't do them every week because Damien couldn't fly out here every single week. So we kind of had a little bit of slowed progression, and we had and we went through some drummer changes. Our first drummer passed away, sadly. Travis, rest in peace. And so we just we kind of kept it going, and now we're together all in San Antonio. And practicing, doing what you're supposed to do, practicing every week, and making progress and looking to play more. But we played probably a dozen shows out here. We played on St. Mary's Strip. We love playing Faust, High Tones. We played at Bonds before it closed down. We played Rock Box, Yandros. We played once. We played at Come and Take It Live once. We played at Crowbar just recently up in Austin, and we actually played the first, I think it was the first, Jack, you tell me if I'm wrong here, the first metal show at Starlighter.
Oh, that is correct.
Yeah.
Oh, right. That's the one where my friend was working there, I guess.
Yeah, right. That's how we got in touch with you. Yeah.
Yeah, she said.
Yeah, because Starlighter is usually like indie pop, punk, stuff like that. And we had an opportunity to play there. Had a great lineup. Bannerlord from Austin and the Tongue of Eden from Denton. And they were down in town, and we had they wanted to put something together last minute, and Starlighter was available, and it was a great place to play. Sound was really good, and it's a good facility, and the folks were really nice there.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad my friend just happened to work there, and she messaged me and was like, "It's like, hey, this band seems pretty fucking heavy,
Yeah.
Yeah, you could check them out. But I was like, I couldn't make it that weekend. But no, I mean, I hope to check out you guys live. Well, what are some of your upcoming shows?
Our next show we've got coming up is on July 26th at Faust Tavern, which is on St. Mary's. It's their 12th year anniversary. And we're going to be playing. I think we're going to be playing. The Flyers aren't out yet, but we're going to be playing with a band from Corpus, whose name I forgot. But he has. They told Kyle told me, the guy who's booking it, Satanic Panic. He told me, but it won until I see the flyer, then I'll remember, and we'll.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to remember. Exactly.
It's brutal though. I'm sure. I mean, super brutal.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure we won't even be able to read the band name on the.
That is one thing that I think differentiates us is we have a legible we have a legible logo.
Yeah. There's always one. I'd say there's always one on every flyer to where it's like, what?
It's more than one these days.
Like, who's playing? I just went to scribbles. Can't see nothing.
It's
pretty cool. Is there any bands y'all know in particular from the scene? I had just interviewed Nevelum a while back. I don't know if you know those guys. Black Dahlia-esque sort of band.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You know those.
We know them. We saw them. We saw them play at Battle of the Bands.
Right.
We saw them perform there. They're a great band. I honestly like to play with them one of these days. And we might have. Did we play with them at one of the bigger festy shows? I don't think they were on.
They were on the side stage. So we were playing at.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. So.
Yeah, so we kind of played with them because they had two shows going on at once, and then they said, okay, it's just one show, and they were on the bigger stage, and we were on the smaller stage in the Rock Box. But they seem like good guys. I think we talked to them real quick, but yeah, they're great dudes. They good. We like them. So
good bunch of dudes. Yeah, I interviewed them last couple months ago whenever they're gonna do their show for the Dying Fetus and the Cradle Filth show and all that.
Yeah, Cradle Filth. And then the other band that was on there was Fluxus Mortis. They're a black metal band. We haven't played with them either, but we kind of know those guys. I've seen them a couple times. And
okay, yeah, I know Randy, the singer. I know him really well. For probably like.
He's big in the scene. He's got like 3 bands too. He's got that Primitive Godfuck. He's got Fluxus Mortis, and then he's got that cover band, the Lamb of God cover band.
Lamb of God, yeah, the Terran Hubris, right?
Yeah. I haven't seen that version, but I've seen I saw him at that Battle of Bands too, and we saw Primitive Godfuck at Fitzgerald's. He put his promotion company or group put that whole thing together. That was
Strike Down, right?
Yeah, that had Worm King and some other local black metal bands.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering. I'm like, not everyone knows like some of the same people, but I mean, Randy's all over the scene. So.
Oh yeah, he's really big into it. Another band we like that's from Austin that we really like playing with is Bannerlord. Even AJ's got their hat on. Bannerlord's really good, and they're good guys. They do similar stuff to us. A lot of undead stuff and melodies, but heavy. They're a little bit doomier than us, but they're real good. We love playing with those guys.
Really epic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big epic, like, stare at your orb kind of shit. Good stuff.
Yeah, your hands will do this
all of a sudden.
Just be like,
you can't help it. Just
yeah. 2 skulls in your fucking head.
Yes, dude. Now you're talking.
I've been seeing them on bills. I haven't gone and checked them out either. But I think they're going to be playing with Nevelum in Austin.
They are at RIP Coffee Bar. I forget the date, but they're playing with Cerebral Desecration too. Those guys, we saw them. Yogi and I caught them at Paper Tiger, and those guys blew my mind. Cerebral Desecration. Those guys are really good.
Yeah, the vocalist Colby is just man. I mean, it's the way his vocals are. I don't know. They just flow so seamlessly and fucking.
Yeah, he's a good vocalist. Really like that band. That their drummer, Colin. Yeah, he plays for Black Jackal too, and I think he's got another band also. But he's a hell of a drummer. The band's really good, and they have a we'd love to play with them as well. but yeah, they're good guys. They're doing national tours and stuff though.
Yeah, they're getting pretty big up there. But yeah, I mean, hopefully everyone gets together soon and something. I mean, I
We'll
want
run
to
into
flex this
people.
morning.
Yeah, exactly. You just got to keep making stuff, and eventually you run into everybody. I think.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Hopefully, maybe I'll try to get something together with Randy or something. I'm supposed to have him on at some point too with Fluxus Mortis, so I'll probably do that here soon next. But he's always busy doing something. So
Oh yeah, well, and he's. I mean, he promotes, and that's great. That's exactly what you got to do these days.
Yeah,
That's been like kind of our I'm responsible for the promotion. And while I'm very talkative, like the whole social media thing is we're getting into it better. And there are some people who are just better at it and more prone to doing it, more comfortable with it. But we're trying to get a rhythm going and try to get the name out there.
Yeah, in the end, you just gotta keep posting, even if it's nonsense sometimes. But just something to draw people.
I think it is actually social media is fundamentally composed of nonsense.
Yeah.
And
so that's what people love. They just like, I don't want to think about anything. I just want to want something to fill my brain. But yeah. I mean, that's what I'm hoping to do too. Help promote a little bit more of the death metal bands in the scene. Well, of course, getting myself out there a little bit more, just as an overall, I guess on-air talent. I guess you can say. I guess that's the best I can put it. Right?
Yeah, sure, man.
Build a brand and then be able to connect with more people.
Well, so and Nick, I know you said you have a gig. Tell us about your band. What's your band that you're in?
Okay, so I do have it's kind of in the stages where y'all started off, where it's just us writing the material.
Okay.
It's been like that for a while because we kind of had on and off members. We started playing live for a bit, but my band name is called Contort the Masses.
Okay.
So I have that. I have like an Instagram and everything. We haven't released songs yet, but I mean we put like clips and pieces on out there yet. But I mean we're getting there. The material's been kind of. We started off a little bit softer, and then it's kind of gone a little bit more heavier as time's gone on. So now it's kind of morphed into something else. So almost kind of more into horror metal, I think.
Okay.
So it's kind of evolved into this whole thing. But we're gonna start releasing stuff soon. So
cool.
Hopefully be able to actually start.
Contort the Masses. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. So yeah.
Look, we added.
Yeah, check it out on Instagram. But yeah, check it out. Follow me on there. Follow me on my Instagram on the Metal Nerd. On Insta. So that way I can, I'll make a little post and I'll be able to tag all you guys and everything like that. Get
right on
there. More and then last couple of questions. What any future plans? Like any EPs or albums? Anything should look out for?
So yeah, we're working on right now. We've got 3 new songs and probably a dozen partially composed songs and a million titles like concepts. So we've got 3 that we're working on that we have names for. We got I can share the names. We've got a new song called "Closer to the Necromancer." We've got another song called "Butchered for Meat." And we've got another one called Accursed Resurrection. And those are coming together nicely. Those will probably be the first 3 that we record. And then we're thinking either an EP or, do another 4-song EP because that's what we've kind of done in the past. Right. And it's bite size and, get it out faster, get some new art and just get new stuff to play. Or we might do a couple more and try to put out a full album, so double that or get 7 songs because I think 7 songs nowadays counts as an album. I think so. I think the internet rules say that it's okay. Yes. Yeah. But yeah, we'll be releasing stuff. We'll have new songs probably in our rotation here in the next couple months, and then we'll probably start releasing those EP probably beginning of next year. I figure. The way
nice. That sounds good. Yeah, I know how it is when you're pretty much doing it yourselves, right? You're self-recording, or
well, we record everything ourselves. We've used a couple different studios, like for vocal recording and drum recording in the past. Smith Sonic Studios is a friend of ours. Nick Smith. He has a studio out in Bandera or Pipe Creek area. So we'll do drums there, the guitars and the bass. We record at home, but then we have in the past sent it out to Yarn. What's Yarn's last name? I don't even know. It's probably crazy in Belgium. So Yarn is the bassist in a band called Carnation. And if you've never listened to Carnation, dude, go listen to freaking Carnation. They're fantastic, super heavy, like big in Europe, and really good. And it's Carnation like the flower. But Yarn is their bassist, and we actually met him when we did that split EP with Fetid Zombie, and he mixed and mastered that for us and did a great job. So we had him mix and master our last one, which was called Of Rotten Ruin. He did that one. So we may go with him again. We may go with somebody local. As we're meeting more people, we're finding out that there's local folks too who do a great job. So we'll be looking for ideas. If anybody knows anybody, we're happy to hear about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Also, I know Brian Eckerman's kind of the main one that works with a lot of the bands here in the scene.
Okay.
He's been in it a long time. I don't know if he's played in Cerebral too, but he's played alongside Kobe a lot.
Okay.
Because he used to have their old band Wings of Abaddon back in the day.
I think I've seen that name. I'll have to go check that out.
Yeah, they I don't think they replay anymore, but their material is still on like YouTube and stuff.
Yeah,
like that,
exactly. I'll go watch it.
Spotify, so, Shotgun.
Brian Eckerman, is that what you said?
Brian Eckerman, yeah, he's a good dude. He does great mixing and mastering for a lot of the bands around here. He does a lot of his own personal stuff, but he does a lot. He does a lot of it for
cool.
bands.
Thanks
like
for the tip. That's great.
Yeah. Anytime. Yeah, check him out. He does a great job. He started his own PR firm as well too. So.
Oh wow. What's that called?
I think it's just called Bone Spill PR or something like that. Because his studio name is Bone Spill, so he's just kind of creating like a little offshoot of that. So
that's cool. We'll check that out.
So I think that's about it, guys. Before I run out of time, sometimes these Google Meets, kick you out. But just a reminder. When was that show again? That's coming up.
Next show coming up is the Fitzgerald's Tavern 12th anniversary. Not Fitzgerald. Sorry, the other F. Faust Tavern 12th anniversary on July 26th.
July 26th. I gotta write that down too. So, I definitely want to go check y'all guys out and check that out. Faust is pretty cool. I've been there a couple of times, but not really for a show, just to chill because it's like a metal bar.
Hang out.
Yeah, it's a great place. They get metal DJs in there all the time. Yeah. It's great.
I gotta get in on that.
It's like a house party every time we play there because it's so tight. It's just super energetic. It's a great place to play. We love playing there.
Yeah, 10 12 people show up and you feel like it's a stadium show. No, I'm just kidding. But, okay, awesome. Well, we'll definitely be a lookout for that and for any new music coming up. Is there anything else y'all want to plug or anything?
No. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook and listen to us on Spotify. Corpse Hole.
Awesome. Corpse Hole, guys. Well, all right, guys. I appreciate y'all's time. Thank you for coming on the podcast. Should be putting out here soon. Maybe the next week I'll put it out.
Let us know, man. We appreciate it.
All right, guys. Well, y'all have a good one. Y'all be looking out for that show coming up.
Awesome. Appreciate
that. Anyways, I'll see you guys. Hopefully see you guys there.
Bye, Daddy.
Thanks, brother.
Peace out. All right. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. They do have their show coming up in July at False Tavern. So keep an eye out for that. For those of you know, in San Antonio, it's like a metal bar. Pretty chill place. I've been there a couple of times. But definitely look forward to checking it out. Check these guys out on Spotify, add them on Facebook, Instagram, Corpse Hole to keep up with any of the new stuff coming out. Great bunch of dudes. Look forward to seeing them as well. And any of you guys out there in the Metal Nerd Herd that might go check it out. Definitely want to keep pushing on, getting local bands from San Antonio on the podcast, and kind of helping promote them and getting the word out there. And even if it just equates to some new listeners on their part, then that's still something. Yeah, as far as for people that are actually local, they can go check out the show. Have a good time, have some drinks. Like if you know me from the podcast, go say what's up. But yeah, I'm always open to new opportunities if any other bands end up approaching, wanting to do interviews or whatever. Yeah, definitely open for that. But yeah, guys, thank you again for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the podcast, the Metal Nerd Podcast, on YouTube. It's on Spotify as well. I don't repost on there as much. There's still a lot of old content on there that people can check out. But yeah, mainly the YouTube, and then you can add me on Instagram, just to keep up with stuff that I put out. But yeah, have a good one, guys. Keep it fucking metal as fuck.